thank you guys for coming. Today is a really exciting day. Actually, we'll let these guys see. It's an exciting day. Thanks for all your interest. Okay, you can't hear me? Can you hear me now? There we go. All right. Thanks everybody for coming. It's a really exciting day for the Rockets organization, for the city of Houston. We are really, really excited to have these guys. I think I spoke about it last night after the draft at like 2 a.m. or something, so I was maybe a little delirious. And I haven't slept much, so although I do think I slept more than any of them. But we're really excited. Jalen, Josh, LP, they're part of our family, and we couldn't be happier with the guys we ended up with. They were all big targets for us. Usman's over in Japan, and we're rooting him on. But it's a really cool day for the organization. I think the direction that these guys are going to help us find, that they're going to help us find, is going to be exciting and new, and hopefully this is the start of something really interesting and really fun for all of us. And with that, you guys can ask questions. Yeah, I think that, last season was, it felt like 5 seasons wrapped into one. We kind of had all these different stages. And I think post trade deadline, we figured out who we were. We have players already on our team that we're really excited about. I think these guys were with them last night to a certain degree. And so I think this crew is going to fit in really, really well with that group. And I think we're going to be really young, and I think we're going to be really exciting. And that's the direction that we're going. And, it's also, hopefully it's something that leads into a relatively quick turnaround. One of the questions last night, that someone asked me, maybe it was Jonathan, is it okay to have 4 young guys in a draft come in? And, I'm actually excited about it. I think organizationally we're excited about it. It gives them a chance to grow together. It gives us a chance to grow up quicker than if this happened over 4 consecutive drafts. There's an adjustment period to the NBA. And so, we think of it as a benefit that everybody's get a chance to go through it together. And we have a bunch of guys from last year. We have multiple rookies from last year who are not far off from their growth stage. And so all of us, we're going to grow together, get better together.
Might be younger than your previous. How do you feel about that you get to start your career with other 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 1-year-olds? Like that? Or how do you feel about this?
Like that. I'm excited about it. It's obviously good having vets, but at the same time, they still was going through the same thing that I went through last year, and I already have experience, so they have some knowledge. I'm still going to be able to learn from them, so I'm pretty excited about it.
Ben genel olarak çok heyecanlıyım.
Hold on really quickly. Let LP gets a chance to answer. Go ahead. Yeah. Did you explain the question?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did.
Ben genel olarak heyecanlıyım. Burada oynamaktan, Houston'a geldiğim için çok heyecanlıyım. Ben geçen yılda, geçtiğim sezonda çok genç bir takımda oynadım aslına bakarsak. Ligin yine en genç takımlarından biriydi. Tabii NBA'de de şimdi böyle olacak. Benim hoşuma gidiyor. En azından alıştığım bir ortam. Yine genel olarak çok heyecanlıyım. Bu sene umarım çok iyi işler başaracağımıza inanıyorum.
First of all, I'm very excited. I'm very excited that I'm here in Houston. And, last year, my previous season with Beşiktaş, my former team, I used to play with the younger, players and the young kids. So, and this season is going to be like this as well. I'm very excited, and I think we will succeed everything for the season.
Jeremy, I spoke with you earlier this week before the draft. You said that the one thing that intrigued you about the Rockets was that they get out fast, they know their reads, they get in their sets, and then on last night you said that you're bringing that dog and that defensive mentality, and you feel like you can be the centerpiece. Is that everything that entailed once you heard your name being called last night?
Yeah. I mean, just that feeling was amazing. I mean, they get out and play to their strengths. They play hard. Coach Salas was telling me what their main focus was going into next year. Really locking in on defense. They were gonna keep the same thing with their offense, just breaking it down to me, and I think I fit really well into the offense. So it would be exciting.
For all three of you, as you get you in the NBA and you're members of the Houston Rockets, all three of you.
Josh, why don't you start?
I mean, I'm here, so I mean, walking into the arena, I was like, wow, I'm really here. But like, just since the whole time I got my name called, I was like, wow, I'm going to the NBA. Like, wow, I'm going to the NBA. It's everything you worked for, and then the moment's here. But like, I don't know, it's weird, but you know, I'm just excited.
Yeah, I don't think it's really hit me yet. I don't think it'll probably hit me until we get into that practice. That feeling walking the stage was crazy. It was like kind of like you kind of blacked out. It was like a surreal moment. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna hit me until we get to the practice facility. So working out and playing.
Ben ilk kez Amerika'ya geldim bu yıl. Burada da birçok şehri gezdim. Ama Houston'da yani yukarıdan gördüğüm kadarıyla çok güzel bir şehir. Tabii içini gezmedim daha. Ama çok heyecanlıyım. Burayı gezip burayı keşfetmek benim için çok güzel anılar olacak. Heyecanlıyım. Umarım her şey güzel olacak.
This is my first time in the United States, and I've been to many other different cities before coming to Houston. And from what I've seen from the plane, it looks like a very nice city. And I'm very excited. I cannot wait. I'm very excited, and I think everything will go well.
For Josh and for Jalen, how do you guys feel? You know, having played together before, and now getting to come here.
Man, I don't know how to explain it. It almost doesn't seem real. Like who let this happen? Like I don't know. Yeah, man, we were on the bench together like middle school, and like we just stayed true to the grinded, linked up one more time before we went to college. And I mean, here we are, man. I guess, you know, thank you to Rafael, and you know, we're here to work at the end of the day. So it's a good time.
I think it's crazy. The fact that we're on the same team. Like you said, we played before we went to our separate ways. When I would have been, and it's just crazy that we even got the team up in the NBA. So, yeah.
You guys have any last night?
Me and Josh kind of talked about it, just a little bit, but we didn't know if it was gonna be true or not. But yeah, just a little bit.
I had no clue.
Yeah, it was kind of like a joke at first. Like,
yeah,
we want to end up on the same team with this Vegas League all over again, Oakland Soldier, like that type of thing.
As you feeling, you saw right when Josh was selected.
Yeah, my big bro told me, and I was like, wow. I was like, that's crazy. We teamed up. As soon as I seen it and heard it, I went straight to Instagram, posted 413. It continues, so it was super cool.
The NBA now for 12 hours. The scouts. Josh, Alpine as well, since I believe you played in this.
I think Josh's game is very exciting. I think he gets buckets. I think he could be a great defender, two-way player. I feel like he does it all. Yeah, and he has that dog mentality. That's how I scout him.
If I had to give my scout report on Jay, I mean, you don't really see like too many athletes with his skill set, man. It's rare. I think that's why they called him the unicorn back in the day. Like, you don't see somebody who can jump out the gym but put moves on you at the same time. 3-level scorer, can shoot the ball, can just score, has that dog mentality. He's lanky, but he's really strong at the same time. So like, it's like a misconception almost, you know. He shows you something that you wouldn't think, but he is that. He puts in work. So I think that's the main thing, man. He's a workhorse.
Man, I should have went into detail a little bit more. I'm sorry about that. My bad, buddy.
Here you go. So love.
Wait, yeah.
Wait, IP wants to hear the question again. Usman'a karşı Garuba'ya karşı oynadın mı?
What can you tell us?
Osman'la milli takımlarda karşılıklı oynadık. 3 milli takımla birlikte karşı karşıya oynadık. Zaten Garuba'yla konuşuyor. Sezon içinde de çok konuştuk. O kendi liginde çok iyi bir sezon geçirdi. Ben de kendi ligimde hem Euroleague'de de çok iyi bir sezon geçirdi Garuba. Biz durmadan zaten mesajlaşıyorduk. Dün de benden sonra onun draft olduğunu görünce ona mesaj attım. O direkt geri döndü. Konuştuk, güldük.
They played against each other 3 times in the national teams, and they've been talking during the season, and they've been messaging with each other. And he says Garuba had an amazing season with Real Madrid in EuroLeague and also in his league. And yesterday, when Alperen saw when he was drafted by Houston, he messaged immediately to Usman Garuba, and yeah, they talk a lot.
What is impressive about Rafael Stone?
I just like how he's a straight shooter. He keeps it real. He just lets his guys just be themselves. I think that was the main thing he had told me, and that like intrigued me from the beginning. Like, be yourself. He wants us to be ourselves. And that's something like I pretty much stand by, just being myself, just because the lifestyle and everything that happens with basketball kind of misleads you and directs you in different ways from being yourself. So I just like his energy and how he approaches it. And on top of that, he's a basketball head, so he knows what he's talking about.
You guys are great for getting little to no sleep. But we've heard that couple of these last 12, 18 hours have been like when you got here last night's night.
Yeah, I was just with the family, just with my brothers, with my pops, with my mom, my grandma. Literally just being around the family. That's kind of who I've been all my life. So, got my brother to come out with me, of course. Got my pops with me. So, it's excitement. You know, I don't really have time to be worried about sleep, especially like this is the first time I've done anything, I guess, NBA. So it's official. So like, it could have been 3 a.m. I'm excited about it.
It's been exciting. I've been on the move for about a week and a half now. So kind of been missing, lacking sleep. But last night it was a good feeling. I had all my family there, my mom, my dad, my grandpa. I haven't seen for a while because of the bubble. Because in the bubble we didn't really get to see our family as much due to COVID and protocols and things like that. So it was a good feeling, and I was happy I got to share that with my family, with my friends.
Talk about Houston fans that they got to see.
I think that they're going to see a lot of exciting plays, a lot of growth, and just that dog mentality with me. I'm going to try and come out on the court and give it my all, 110% every time. Stepping into those lines, so it's something that they're going to see every time.
I'm gonna come in and battle. I think I'm fearless. So you know, whoever we have to lace them up against, I'm gonna be ready. You're gonna see players who are gonna put in work night in and night out. We'll have practice, come back to the gym, get shots up before. Just guys that want to get better, man. I think I'm one of those guys. Yeah, just excited, man. We want to get out and run. We have a lot of young guys, so we might as well use our young legs and go.
Yani çok heyecanlıyız. Söyler misin ya? Çok heyecanlandım diyor. Söyler misin? Evet. Yani hayatım boyunca buralara zor şartlar altında geldim. Ve basketbol sahasında da her zaman savaşçı bir ruhum vardır. Asla maçı bırakmam. Ve her zaman kazanmaya odaklı oynarım. Elimden geleni yapacağım burada. Çok genç bir takımız, çok iyi bir takıma sahip olduğumuzu düşünüyorum. Bu sene bence çok büyük işler başaracağız. Ben de bu takım için yeni genç oyunculardan biri olarak elimden gelen her şeyi yapacağım.
The way the path I took to be here in my life, it was not easy for me. And now we are here, and I will be battling for this team, and I will put everything out there to show how good we are. And we have a good and a young team, so we will show how to battle in the maximum level.
Yeah, as soon as I got to the draft, it was around like 7, right before I walked the stage with my family. KPJ hit me, saying like, "It's your day, bro. Enjoy the moment, live in the moment, everything like that." And then KJ had hit me too. They were both out there, so they both hit me saying congrats and a whole bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah, KJ had just FaceTime me with KP and then just say congratulations pretty much. See you out there. So I think they'll be out here Monday or something like that. So looking forward to being with
them. Sitting here next to all these guys, back counts, that's bringing these guys in here.
Yeah, today's an exciting day. I mean, I think it's like I let off with, I think, for our fans, you get a sense of the direction we're going. You know, we're really committed to bringing in really exciting young players and growing them, playing an exciting brand of basketball, getting better. And one of the really cool things looking back on this draft is that we did feel like it was a really, really good draft. And obviously, because we took half the people available. But we thought it was like a uniquely great draft. And then on top of that, we were able to get really, our targets, without having to give up, any of kind of the compensation we got, from Brooklyn. And so that's really exciting for us. We think it preserves our ability, in the future to still get better in a multitude of ways, whether that's through the draft or trades or whatever else. But really have a really good, solid foundation of super talented players. Alp and I don't know each other as well as I know these guys, but I'm sure they're already sick of me telling them that they're talented, but they're not good yet. And so the idea is to really grow together and everybody, become not become good, become great. That should be everyone's goal. Every single player's goal on our team should be to be great, within their role, within the team construct. And so, it's just a really exciting day for the organization.
Feel like you're ready for all that, and for Bell, you're doing your background research on him. What did you like about the way?
It does come with a lot of attention and expectations. I set high expectations for myself and goals for myself that I want to achieve, and I'm not gonna let nobody get in that path of blocking my road to my goals and what I want to achieve. So, obviously, it does come with a lot of attention and distractions and things like that, but I feel like I've been in this situation since I was 14. Now it's at a higher level, obviously, but I feel like I got my head on tight and I know what's right from wrong. And I got a little bit of knowledge from the bubble, so I kind of know. All right.
Yeah, I mean, both of these guys are like social media superstars, so they've had a lot of attention for a while. And then for Garuba and Alp and Jalen, these guys are pros. That they're not coming from high school or from college even. They're coming from playing against grown men. And so from our perspective, I do think that's helpful. They're going to be better prepared than someone who has been an amateur. It is not the same thing. It's not a guaranteed success. And for sure, they have not played against NBA players day in and day out. But I do think that, that's one of the things that was super attractive about these three guys is they have played and competed against, people 8-9 years older than themselves. They've been in the grind. They've been competing against people who were trying to feed their families. believe me, it's a different thing. And so the fact that they've had that success is really encouraging from us. And we think it gives them, a step up and maybe makes us feel better about their level of preparation coming in. But they, we drafted them for their talent, all four of them, and it's going to be on them and on us organizationally to grow that. And, if we don't do that, we're going to collectively fail. But if we do that, we think this can be a really, really exciting period, for the organization.
It kind of was just a little second option. I had two suits going into the draft for media and then the walk. And both of those suits didn't work out too well, so we had to go with some backup options. The one last night was the backup option too, Balmain. So yeah, just a little sweater vest type of thing at the bottom with some stripes. Something different.
Aaron Beard.
Hi, this question's for Jalen. I was curious, you referenced the G League last night a little bit. I'm curious what the experience was like for you in terms of the on-court and off-court stuff versus maybe what you would have expected had you gone to a top-tier college program like Duke, Kentucky, and North Carolina.
I think the difference with college and the G League is you a step ahead early. You learn how to be a pro on and off the court. You learn how to handle the business of basketball while still learning the terminologies and the pace of the game. So yeah, I feel like the G League was just a step ahead, a step early, and I feel like you gain more knowledge going there. And no offense, but like college, just because of the setting and the situation and the play style, and things like that.
Salman Ali.
Jalen, you've set a lot of expectations upon yourself already. You said you wanted to be Rookie of the Year, All-Star, All-Defense, etc. But for this franchise specifically, do you see yourself as a cornerstone type player, someone who could possibly lead them back to the playoffs someday?
Yeah, I think I do. I see myself as that. I work hard. I stay in the gym. I trust my work. So, obviously that's something I want to be. And with those expectations for myself, I think that could lead to going to the playoffs and getting more wins. So yeah, I mean, we all trying to come in here and just change the game, try to make an impact off of it, and trying to win. So yeah.
Michael Shapiro.
All right, this question's also for Jalen. How would you describe your relationship with Kevin Porter Jr. And why do you think that you two will be kind of a successful backcourt pairing here in Houston?
We kind of talked a little bit when I was in high school, a little bit when I was in the G League. We're not really like super close. We starting to get closer. We're talking more and more. Ever since the draft was in the conversation and we started going on that path. But I think he's super electric. I think he has a great game. He has a great IQ, knows how to play. I think I kind of match that intensity and style of play, and I think it would just be a killer backcourt. Both of us handling the ball, playing to our strengths. It's going to be very hard to stop, so it could be exciting.
Andrew Chang.
Okay, first off, welcome to Houston, guys. This is a question for Jalen. Jalen, you've shown through the years how proud you are of your Filipino heritage. I don't know if you know, Houston has a tremendous Filipino community that's crazy about basketball. How excited are you to represent the Filipino community here in Houston?
I'm super excited. I love the Philippines. They show so much love and support. I've been out there 2 times in my high school career, and like I said, they just showed a lot of love. I think it's awesome that I get to represent the Philippines, just playing the game that I love. But yeah, I heard a lot about the marketing side of the Asian community in Houston, just because of Yao Ming and a whole bunch of stuff like that, and on draft night for media day. So it was a big talk about that. But yeah, I'm excited to represent the Philippines playing in the NBA.
Ali Khan Bajani.
Hey guys, this question's for Rafael. You said yesterday to us that all 4 of the first round picks are likely to be good NBA players at segments of the game right now and can do some things right now at an above average level. Could you share what some of those above average things are that stood out to you through the draft process?
Sure. I'll just go down the line. Yeah, with Jalen, I mean, he's electric. His first step is as good as anybody's in basketball, and his second and third step might be better. And then, you know, when he jumps, it's really high. So good things happen. And then on top of that, he can handle the ball and shoot. Josh's scouting report was actually like, that was solid. So yeah, I think Jalen's a bucket. And, you know, and again, one of the nice things about the G League is he's already accustomed to the NBA 3-point line. That range is relatively comfortable for him. As he gets older, bigger, stronger, that's just going to become easier and easier. But he can shoot and he can shoot from all 3 levels. And so, yeah, I think Jalen is really, really talented. We're going to work on that D. Yeah, we're going to work on the D. But the effort's there. It's not non-existent. And so I'm kind of teasing him, kind of serious, but it's not. I think he's going to end up being a really, really good, well-rounded, all-around player who's impactful on both sides of the ball. One thing, like, if you're as athletic as Jalen is, you can play defense. You can play defense at an elite level. So it's all will and want. And I do also think that there's a lot of will and want. We do a ton of background research on all the players. We put them through ridiculous interviews where they have to meet with like 15 guys, and it's really apparent with Jalen how much he loves basketball. So that's great. With Josh, Josh is a problem. Like when he's going downhill, it's just a wrap. And he can really handle the ball, like really, really handle the ball. You know, given he's 19, but he's a man when he's coming at you. And so I just in transition, I actually think these are the 2 best players in the whole draft in transition. He's electric. And so, and then on the flip side of the ball, on the ball defensively, I think he has a chance to be truly special. And so with Josh, that's a really unique combo where he's got something on offense that I think he does right away at an above average NBA level. And then I think is just picking up the ball and getting into it. He really bothers people. He's built a little bit like Drew Holiday or Eric Gordon, and those types of players really bother other players. It's not fun to play against somebody who's quicker than you and just bodying the daylights out of you and beating you to the spot. And he already flashes that. Not all the time, but he already flashes that really, really consistently. And then we're going to work on the off-ball stuff. And so Josh hasn't had the advantage of playing in the G League or playing in the Euro League. And so one of the disadvantages is that he's been playing like zone and stuff like that and playing against people playing zone, and his bigs can sit in the middle. So there's going to be a learning curve with rotations and everything else. But I do think Josh has the ability to be a truly elite defender in this game, as well as being a truly special attacker. So that's what I see there. With LP, he's really unique too. Like around the hoop, he finishes everything, and he's just a load. He's a big guy, and he plays bigger than he is, and he's a strong guy. And he's got touch, and then he's got game too. It's like he's taking the ball, he's rebounding it. You don't stop him. He's taking it coast to coast, and he's comfortable. He's a big guy. He's not trying to be a perimeter player or a skill guy on the perimeter all day, but he's got a ton of skill for a big guy. He can pass the ball. I think he can shoot the ball. I'm just really excited about him. And then with respect to Garuba, like I said on last night, I think he's the best defender in the world who's not playing in the NBA. And so that's what I see. And so he's gonna have to all these guys are gonna have to translate it. It turns out that beating up on guys a division below, or on college kids, or 6 months ago in AAU is that happens, and it's not the same as the NBA. And so that's the challenge for them. That's the challenge for us. And the Turkish League and the Euro League, and the Spanish league are really, really good leagues, but they're not the NBA. And so it's a challenge for all of us, and we're looking forward to it. I know they are. We've had that conversation, and where the challenge starts next week.
Christos Saltis.
I'm sorry. Hold on just a second, Christoph. Go ahead.
Just a few follow-ups.
It was super good. I didn't think it was nothing crazy. Obviously that's your chance to really get to know the coaching staff, really see what they're about, really pick their brain, things like that. I think it went really well. I had a good time talking to these guys, went to lunch, whole bunch of stuff like that. So
15 guys was that?
I don't think it was about like 15, maybe probably 15. It wasn't that bad though. It's not as bad as it sounds. It's actually kind of cool. It's just a long day. That's the only problem.
Sorry, sir.
Go ahead, Christos.
What is the state of your next season, and what is your main expectation on off the floor?
Say it one more
Christos, you're gonna have to repeat it.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah. What is your main expectation for next season on and off the floor? And what is the thing that you are most excited of about next season?
My main thing. Can you ask me again one more time? I'm sorry. My main expectation on the floor. Okay, my main expectation on the floor is just to get better every day. Learn as much as I can, taking as much knowledge from the coaching staff, from the players. I'm aiming for Rookie of the Year, so that's what I'm going to be working towards this whole time. So we're going to start off with Summer League first, and we're going to handle that, and then we're going to just keep going up from there. Off the court, obviously it's the NBA now, so it's really, not that it's different from the G League, like the business side of it, but it's just a lot more with it. So just trying to focus in and learn and know what's around me. Just really locking on the business.
Okay, we'll take two more. Jackson Gatlin.
Hey guys, welcome to Houston. This question is for Alperen. I was just wondering, have you spoken to any other current or former Turkish NBA players throughout this process about expectations, the transition, etc.?
Evet, durmadan konuşuyoruz. Daha bugün de konuştuk. Zaten 20 gün önce de milli takımda maçlarımız vardı. Aynı takımdaydık. Hepsine çok soru sordum. Yani merak ettiğim soruların çoğunu sordum. Onlar da bana çok yardımcı oldular. Zaten durmadan irtibat halindeyiz. Durmadan konuşuyoruz. Durmadan yazıyorlar bana. Ben onlara yazıyorum. Aklımda bir soru veya işte düşündüğüm, aklımda kalan bir şeyler varsa ben soruyorum. Gayet iyi gidiyor. Gayet güzel yardımcı oluyorlar bana.
Yes, I've been talking and I am talking still. And today, actually, I talked with one of my Turkish national teammates who plays in NBA. And, whenever I ask or when I want to ask something to them, I always ask. I'm always communicating with them and they're always helping me.
Last question, Zach Allen.
Hey, this question's for Jalen and Josh. Hey, Jalen, we all know you're a big Kobe Bryant fan, and I heard you scored 45 points from your ex-coach. But if he was here today, God bless his soul, he gave statuses to Giannis Antetokounmpo and MVP, then Rookie be legendary. What would he tell you? And Josh, what does it feel like to unite with your buddy from Texas elite AAU, man?
Wait, you asked what would Kobe tell me if he was here?
I think that's the question. Go ahead and answer that question. We're going to decide that is the question. Yes.
I'm not sure, but I would hope it would be like just keep working and hopefully like he sees it in me, because that would mean the world to me. That would be some more motivation to me to keep working. Yeah, I would hope he would say just keep working and stay in the gym. You got a young fella or something like that.
That concludes the Zoom questions.
I was talking to Eric Gord this morning, and I just think it's going to be a fun group. You know, I think we're going to be, I know we're going to be really young. And I think that's something that can be really exciting. And I think we saw that at the end of the year where I think a lot of the youthful enthusiasm of our players was good for our coaches, was good for the vets. And they did a good job of supporting one another. And I think that's carried over to this summer. I think, you know, we've had a great summer with guys really getting better, and doing it together and enjoying it. And I think this group is going to enjoy them. I think our current group will enjoy them, and it'll be back and forth. And these guys will hopefully support each other. That is my expectation is that, you know, we're all in this together, and, I will definitely support them, but they need to support me too, you know, and same thing with one another. And so I think that's it. And I think for our fans, I think this is a really exciting time. It's, for the last 10 years, you know, up until this year, we were a team trying to win a championship. And there's a ton of excitement with that. We were a veteran team. We were just knocking on the door. We were never get in, but we were just knocking on the door over and over and over again. And so now's our chance to build back up. And that there's a lot of fun on that path too. And I think it's going to be fun for this group, for our current team, for me, for our coaching staff. And I also think it's going to be fun for our fans.
State, number 13. Now you're at Houston, and we had to take this 13 here. Do you feel any type of pressure coming in?
No, I don't feel pressure. I mean, James Harden's number is like retired at Arizona State. Like it's up there. So every time I had to put on that 13, it was up there. So I don't feel pressure, man. You got to just soak in the moment, trust your work. So if you put that work in every night, I got nothing to feel pressure about.